Alright, now this one will require a little bit of working. So what I'm going to do its working here. This one's working here. So I've got 3y minus 12x is equal to 5. So I'll leave the 3y here. The 12x will go on to that side. Negative 12 will become positive, plus 5. And then I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. I'll end up with y is equal to 4x plus 5 over 3. So my answer for number 2 is y is equal to 4x plus 5 over 3. So y is equal to 4x plus 5 over 3. What I'll do, let me finish all these answers first. Now this is a simple one, so I can just write the answer down straight away. Y will still be here. That 5 will go across, it will become minus 5x. That minus 7 will go across, it will become plus 7. So that one didn't need any complicated working. This one I'll have to work out here. 2y plus 3x is equal to 6. 2y plus 3x is equal to 6. 2y is equal to minus 3x plus 6. And then I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. And that will give me y is equal to negative 3 over 2x plus 3. So the answer for number 4 is y is equal to negative 3 over 2x plus 3. Alright, and then the final one, number 4, I've got enough place here so I can work it out here. So you got 5x minus 4y is equal to 20. So you'll be left with minus 4y is equal to minus 5x plus 20. Then you'll divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. And your final answer will be y is equal to that will give you positive 5 over 4x, and that will give you negative 5. So the final answer here is 5 over 4x minus 5. Remember, the x is not under this. The x is separate. It's a whole number there. It's 5 over 4x minus 5. Right. Now, we're going to go there. Now it's better to go down this line here. If these lines, if this is all parallel to these, then all these gradients will be equal to the given gradient. So, let's do number 2. That line is parallel to this line. Therefore, the gradient will be the same. So, m is 4. That line is parallel to this line. So, that's why that gradient and this gradient will be the same. So, m is minus 5. That line is parallel to this line. Therefore, the gradient will be the same. M is minus 3 over 2. Now, you could use your calculator and say m is minus 1 comma 5. That's fine. So, let me just put this here. Some of you may have used the calculator. So, you can say 3 over 2 or 1 comma 5. And in this case, if that line is parallel to this line, the gradient will be the same. So it will be 5 is equal to m over 4. Alright, now for these we'll have to do a little bit of working. So I'm going to do it here. Now, some of you are smart enough to realize that, look, if this line and that line are perpendicular, and if you remember what we taught you previously, then the gradient of that is the inverse of this with a negative sign. So you can say straight away that the answer is inverse of 4 is quarter with the opposite sign minus. You can do it like that. Or you're going to do the working. You're going to say, well, we're doing number 2. M1 times M2 is equal to negative 1. M1 is 4. So 4 times M2 is equal to negative 1. So M2 is equal to negative 1 divided by 4. It's 4 times here, therefore when it goes that side, it will be divided. So M2 is minus quarter. Right? You can do that. Or you can do your working. Now, again, if that line is perpendicular to this line, then the gradient will firstly be inverse of 5. Inverse of 5 is 1/5. And secondly, this is negative, so that will be the opposite sign. It will be positive. I can write the plus or I can leave out the plus. So I could do it like that, or I can do the full working. Once again, I'll do the full working for number 3. M times M2 must give me negative 1. So M1 is negative 5. So negative 5 times M2 is equal to negative 1. So M2 is equal to negative 1 divided by negative 5. And negative 1 divided by negative 5 is positive 1/5. So negative divided by negative is positive 1/5. Alright. Now, by now you have caught up that, look, I can do these answers without these workings. Just write down the inverse with the opposite sign. So if you like, you can even say this. You can say inverse with opposite sign. See, when we discover the shortcuts, you can write it down. This would be the inverse with the opposite sign. So the inverse of this is 2/3. This is 3/2, so that will be 2/3 with the opposite sign. This is minus, then that will be plus. I don't have to write the sign down. If it's plus, I don't have to write the sign down. And finally, the inverse of this, 5/4, so the inverse will be 4/5. This one is positive, therefore that one will have to be negative. So we did the answers in a short way. So once you discover the short method, you can start using it. Alright, with that we come to the end of this little exercise. We tested your knowledge on parallel lines, perpendicular lines, and standard form. I hope you had them right. If you didn't, not a problem. You can go through your work again and find out where you made a mistake. Otherwise, if you got them all right, great. Sit back and relax. And with that, we will come to the end of parallel lines and perpendicular lines. We will come to the end of this DVD.